Hello everybody, welcome to Shogi Ramen TV. いらっしゃいませ. Let's enjoy Shogi with me. Today, I'd like to introduce the latest Yagura Joseki. This table is the professional kifus data, and if I filter this data as a Yagura, this is all of the data of the Yagura kifu. And this is the strategy name, and there is a Sente strategy and Gote strategy. So from this table, there are many patterns of the strategies now in the Yagura Joseki. So I want to introduce the popular patterns of the Sente and Gotes. Okay. Okay, let's start from the Legacy Yagura Joseki. So the third move, the moving the silver. So if the silver moves here, this game will be the Yagura. And pushing the pawn from the Gote up to open the bishop line. And against this pawn, so in the Legacy Yagura Joseki, pushing this pawn is Joseki, but this pushing pawn has been changed in the latest Yagura. Let's see from the Legacy Yagura. In the Legacy Yagura Joseki, creating the castle is the first step, like this. And Gote will move the bishop to prevent the silver to attack to the Gote's king. And from here, completing the castle, each other. And Sente will prepare the attack from here, using the silver and knight. And also using the rook. This is the basic style in the Legacy Yagura Joseki. And from here, Sente will start to attack like this, pushing pawn, and pushing pawn, and moving the silver. This kind of the attack is the popular way in the Legacy Yagura Joseki. So in this Joseki, always Sente can start attack, and Gote always need to defend. So if you like the defensive game, you can play the Gote, but many players like attack than the defense. So this kind of Joseki is popular for the Sente. Okay, I have explained about the Legacy Yagura Joseki. So the Legacy Yagura Joseki is popular for Sente. So the Gote has created the good strategy to break the Sente's Yagura. So let's see from here. So in the Legacy Joseki, Gote pushed this pawn, but in the latest way, pushing this pawn is the very aggressive way to attack from the Gote. Let's see. If the Sente creates the Yagura, and the Gote is creating the attack style. This is the Mino Castle. And the Migi Shikemsha. So this kind of the Migi Shikensha with the Mino Castle is very strong attack against the Yagura. So if the Sente just creating the Yagura like this, so the castle has been already completed, but this castle will be easily broken like this. So this kind of the knight and silver and bishop rook attack is very strong. Silver has to back to this position. If the silver move here, bishop can take the lance. And Gote succeeded to exchange his bishop with the gold and silver. So in this position, Sente's Yagura has already been broken, and Gote's castle is Mino Castle. This castle is very strong, and in this position, Gote has already got very advantages. So this kind of the attack has been created and easily break the Sente's Yagura. So what is the problem of this strategies? So in this position, Sente pushed this pawn. This was the Joseki in the Legacy Yagura, but against this pawn, the pushing this pawn and the attack from here is the very nice strategy from the Gote. So in the latest shogi, moving the silver is the most popular way against pushing this pawn. So the benefit of this silver position, and this silver can move from here to attack, and also it is difficult to attack from the Gote in the Migi Shikensha line, because this pawn position is the initial position. Okay, I will explain the latest Joseki. So this moving silver is the latest Joseki in the Yagura, and from here there are many possibilities for Sente and also for Gote. So let's see from the creating the castle each other cases. Okay. And in the latest shogi, pushing pawn and pushing pawn again. This pushing pawn is one of the Joseki. What is the meaning of the pushing pawn? Gote will defend by the silver. So let's see that in this position, the bishop line is stopped by the silver. So in the Migi Shikensha Mino Castle, I have explained before. So the bishop is very strong piece to attack and to break the castle. So this pushing on means weaken this bishop line to move the silver here. So this pushing pawn is the one of Joseki now. In the latest Joseki, this pushing pawn was set. It is not so good because the knight can jump this position. If the pawn has been pushed here, knight cannot jump in this position. But in the latest Joseki, weaken this bishop is more important than using the knight from here. Let's see. And moving the silver. So in the latest shogi, pushing the pawn, this pawn and this pawn timing is very difficult. Need to be take care. So in this case, each castle has been completed, and from here, moving the bishop, and moving the bishop features and moving silver. So this style is called Waki system. This is it's one of the popular way in the latest Yagura. From here, both players are completing the castles, and from here, pushing H. It's a Joseki, and also pushing the pawn. So in this position, Gote has possibilities just push back this pawn or start attack from the Gote. So like this, move the silver as a boggin. This is also one of the Joseki. Gote can attack by using the silver. This is one of the Joseki of the boggin. And also Sente can drop the bishop and can create the promoted bishop. So the Sente has advantage about the promoted bishop, but the Gote has also advantage about the silver usage. Gote can use the silver from the edge, but the Sente silver is difficult to use. He's still in this position. He needs to move from here or here for the defense, but it will be slow. So this position is even, and this is also popular way for Sente and Gote. I will explain about the castle in the latest Yagura. So creating the normal Yagura is also the popular way, but there are other castles using now. So from here, moving the king this position. And this style, this is called Doi Yagura. This is one of the Yagura style. Why this is used now? So this castle is weaker than the normal Yagura, but the balance is very nice. So in the latest Shogi, well balanced castle is very good evaluated by the AI. So this kind of the balanced castle is very popular, becoming popular now. And against Doi Yagura and Gote is also using another style of the Yagura. This is called Gin Yagura, so silver Yagura. This is also very nice castle and well balanced castle than the normal Yagura. So this kind of the well-balanced castle is created and used in the latest Yagura. But sometimes this kind of the well-balanced castles game is very difficult to start attack and need to be take care about the defense timing and attack timing, because the castle itself is not so strong than the normal Yagura. So the Sente and also Gote need to be take care of the timing of the attack and the defense. This is the one of the interesting point of the latest Shogi and also in the latest Yagura. So in the latest Yagura, quick attack than the completing the castle is also popular way. Let's see. So if the Gote push this pawn to create the Yagura, so against this pawn, Sente can attack from this position, like the Migi Shikembisha. This is also one popular way. And against this pushing pawn, so Sente can attack from this silver. Silver can attack from this pawn. So in the Yagura game, the pushing pawn, this pawn and this pawn needs to be cared its timing. So for example, from here, Sente can attack like this, pushing pawn and moving silver. This attack is very simple but very strong. This is also very interesting Joseki. This is very long, but it's one of Joseki in the Yagura. So in this position, Gote's castle has already been broken, and also Sente's castle is not so strong, but Sente's castle is better than the Gote. And Rook can be very useful for the attack. Like this. So in this position, Sente is better than Gote because Gote's castle is already broken, and Sente's castle is still strong. Gote got a rook, but if the Gote dropped the rook here, Sente can drop the pawn here or pawn, and this is very strong defense. So this position is better for Sente. So in the latest Yagura, this kind of the quick attack instead of the completing the castle is one of the popular way against this kind of the normal Yagura. I will introduce the most intense Joseki. From here, Gote push this pawn. This is very aggressive way from Gote. And Sente push this pawn to weaken the bishop line, but Gote ignore this pushing pawn and just defense by the bishop and the jumping knight. This is very intense Joseki for the Gote's attack against Sente's Yagura. And also Sente will attack from this position, and also Gote will attack from the jumping knight without castle. So Gote only moved the bishop and the knight. So this attack is very simple but very strong. And if the silver escape to the other place, Gote can attack from the rook, and Sente also attack from here. So this is one of the most intense Joseki in the Yagura game. So this was the game of the Habu and Toyoshima. This is very interesting, but it's very difficult to play for the Sente and Gote. But this is very interesting, and this is one of the popular style in the latest Yagura. It's difficult to say the Yagura because each castle is not completed, but this is also categorized in the Yagura. Okay. Okay, I explained about against this pawn moving the silver case. So there is another possibility, it's moving the gold. This is a way to keep the bishop line. So the Gote doesn't defend this exchanging pawn. This is also one way. Sente can exchange this pawn, but this takes one move, so it's better to create the castle before the attack. And I got it. This jumping knight is also one popular way to attack, quick attack. And this silver and this bishop is the one way against this jumping knight. If the knight jump here, silver can move here. And in this position, bishop is defending this pawn. So this is the one way against the jumping knight. And the Sente didn't push this pawn and this pawn because pushing pawn will give the chance to attack from the Gote. And instead of pushing these pawns, Sente prepared using the silver from the right side. This is also one popular way. And against this silver, Gote's style is the Migi Gyoku. This is also one popular way because Sente will attack from the right side. So the now left side is safer than the right side. So the Migi Gyoku is also one interesting way in the Yagura game. So Sente can attack by using the silver. It is also even game. Thank you for watching this video about Legacy Yagura Joseki. So I have explained some patterns of the Yagura strategy, but there are also another styles. So in the Yagura, I think it looks still under constructing the Joseki by the professional players. Let's see the future Yagura. And I will summarize the key point. So the first point is against this pushing pawn. In the Legacy Yagura, pushing pawn is the Joseki, but in the latest Yagura, moving silver is the key move. And after that, there are many possibilities, and the key feature is timing of the pushing pawn. This pawn and this pawn is very important. And how to create a castle and which castle we'll choose is also important point. Well balanced castle or strong castle or without castle. And how to attack by the Sente or Gote by using the right silver or left silver. So in the latest Yagura, there are many possibilities, and I think it's an interesting point to run the Yagura. Okay, thank you very much. See you next ramen. Bye bye.